Hello and welcome to Hoofball, your brand new footballing community here on YouTube. We've just seen one of the best games of football this whole season in the Premier League. We've just seen Liverpool at Anfield draw 2-2 against Arsenal. A cracking game, end-to-end football, and a real bite to it as well. There were some brilliant challenges went in and some really bizarre incidents inside of the game. It was a throwback to the old Premier League with teams like the old Arsenal, the Invincibles against Manchester United. It was that sort of game. It had a real edge to it. It was an absolutely fantastic spectacle for the Premier League as well. And we're just going to talk you through a few of the incidents in the game. First of all, we are going to do a separate video on the strange incident involving the linesman and Andy Robertson, the Liverpool fullback. If you haven't seen it, it's a bizarre incident involving the linesman elbowing the fullback at half-time. Really strange, but we'll talk about that in a different video. So first of all, the game, obviously it's a real huge game for Arsenal. A lot of people have been saying in the build-up, win this and they will win the Premier League. Going to Anfield and playing Liverpool, although they're not really on it this season, is a mean feat to do. And to pull 3 points away from there, people were saying if they get that, then they will probably win the league. But that didn't happen today. A fantastic goal from Martinelli to start off. He looks really up for it, literally from minute one. He skins Alexander-Arnold in the first minute and then he grabs the first goal. And then Arsenal then go 2-0 up. Goal comes in on Easter Sunday with Jesus rising at the back post from a cross from Martinelli. A fantastic goal. And Arsenal look like they're unbeatable here. At this point in the game, it looks like Liverpool are going to get nothing. It looks like they're not at it at all. Arsenal winning all the 50-50s. And if I'm honest, Liverpool looked shocking. However, there was a big turning point. And they kept going on about this on Sky Sports. There was an incident involving Granit Xhaka that really fired the crowd up. And Anfield's atmosphere is known to be a bit... Some people hype it up a lot more than it actually is. Some people say that Anfield's atmosphere is the best in the whole of English football. Others say it's overrated. But there's an incident involving Granit Xhaka, the Arsenal midfielder, and it really rattles the crowd up. You know, there's effing and blinding and swearing coming into the actual Sky Sports microphone and they have to apologise for it. And the crowd turns. But then Mo Salah scores just before half-time and it changes the real complexity of the game. And with that, there's a real edge to the game now. And I tweeted out at half-time, I think that the sort of referee could lose its second half. I thought personally it was a big occasion for Paul Tierney, the referee, to manage. And it looked like as if he was going to lose control of the game. But then it all kicked off at half-time, which was very strange. Whistle goes for half-time. Jordan Henderson runs up to the referee because there's reports of Andy Robertson and the linesman getting into some sort of altercation. Later, Sky Sports played that and they play the footage. And Robertson's ran up to the linesman and they've had a bit of argy-bargy. It looks like Robertson's grabbed the linesman. Bearing in mind at the moment there's a big sort of push for the FA about respecting officials and referees from grassroots football all the way up to the Premier League. He grabs the linesman and the linesman tends to just shake him off and elbow him in his neck. Very strange incident. Henderson runs over to the ref. Robertson comes over as well to complain to the referee. And I don't really know what they're going to do, what they're trying to achieve here. The referee isn't going to send the linesman off. So they're only going to talk themselves into more trouble. What happens with this incident, I do not know. Like I said, we'll cover this in a separate video. But that linesman could be the end of his Premier League career, all through some sort of strange altercation with Andy Robertson. You know, he shouldn't put his hands on the linesman. We've seen it plenty of times this season, and it has to stop really, because this is an issue at grassroots football as well. In Sunday League, you're seeing grown blokes grabbing referees and linesmen. It's not on. It's not acceptable. It gives the game a sort of bad reputation. But then second half starts, and mostly second half it's all Liverpool. They're playing some brilliant stuff. A very different start to the second half compared to the first half. It's a great game. It's end-to-end stuff at times. Arsenal sort of tend to sit back though on 2-1. They don't seem to play that expressive football that they're known for doing, especially that they played in the first half as well. And it becomes quite tight. Tackles are flying in still. It's got a real edge, this game. And, you know, if I was a betting man, I would have said there would have been a red card in this. There wasn't, but there were a lot of players on yellow cards. I think 3 of the back 4 for Liverpool got yellow cards. Fabinho got yellowed. and there was a real bite to the game. It was a real old school Premier League game. But then something strange happened. There was a coming together between Rob Holding and a Liverpool striker, and it looked very innocuous. For me, it looked very soft. But the referee blows a whistle and he points towards a penalty spot. It's a very, very strange penalty. It's soft. It's very, very soft. If it goes to VAR, not entirely sure it'll get given. But I don't think they wanted to overturn the ref. It was soft. There was a coming together, but what Rob Holding does is he puts his arm on the back of the player. I can't remember who it was now. I think it was Diego Jota. He puts his arm on the back of him, and with doing that, the referee then has to make the decision. He has to say he's put his arm on that striker. They've both come together. It's a penalty. But then Mo Salah steps up to take the penalty. There's a bit of a delaying tactics by Arsenal. We've seen it for years and years and years, trying to put the opponent off. And what happens with that is Salah steps up to take the penalty. He's facing Ramsdale, probably one of the best goalkeepers in the whole of the Premier League. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But he steps up to take the penalty and he just rolls the ball past the post. There's very little power in it. It's obviously all about placement, but he gets it completely wrong. And it goes past the post. And at this moment, you're thinking, that could give Arsenal the title. That's such a significant moment. But then Liverpool get their equaliser. For me in this game, it was a very, very, very sort of weird game for Trent Alexander-Arnold. I'm not a massive Liverpool fan. I don't watch them every week. But there's been a lot of criticism this season about his defensive duties. People are saying that he needs to either be sold or even turned into some sort of winger or central midfielder because he can't defend. Something's gone wrong this season with Alexander-Arnold. But going forward, he's still that brilliant player. He picks up the ball near the byline, near Arsenal's box. I think he nutmegs Zinchenko. And then he bends this ball over towards the back post. And who's there? Roberto Firmino heads the ball into the back of the net. 2-2. But then, this is sort of around 85 minutes or so. But then what happens? The last few minutes of the game are chaotic. It's a brilliant spectacle to watch. And it's all Liverpool. Liverpool go on the front foot. They keep peppering shots towards Ramsdale's goal. But Ramsdale makes two incredible saves at the end of the game. First of all, Salah shoots on the edge of the area. It takes a deflection and it looks like it's going into the top post, into the top corner. It looks as if it's a certain goal. Ramsdale gets across and palms it out. It's a brilliant save. And if you go and watch it, you'll agree with what I'm saying. But then, literally seconds later, he makes a possibly even better save. The ball, somehow at the back post, comes to Konate. He's a centre-half. He's not known for his goal-scoring ability. And he gets something on the ball that comes across. And it's going in. It's going in, back post. Liverpool look like they're going to win the game. But Ramsdale somehow pushes the ball away from his goal line and he gets it out. That there could be a pivotal moment in the Premier League. Them two saves by Ramsdale could win Arsenal the title. Coming to Liverpool and getting a draw at Anfield is in a sense a good result. Arsenal fans won't be happy because they threw the game away in a sense with the fact they were 2-0 up. But those two saves were class and they were important for the whole of the season. It was an absolutely fantastic game. It had everything. It was end to end at times. And after watching the dross with Leicester yesterday, it was an absolute brilliant advertisement for the Premier League. We also this afternoon saw Crystal Palace beat Leeds 5-1 at Ellen Road. Another fantastic game. It's been a brilliant day of football in the Premier League. Thank you for watching. As always, to support Hoofball, our brand new channel, please make sure to click down below and subscribe. It really does help. We're going to be doing lots of different football content over the next few days. Thank you for watching, and most of all, have a lovely day.